and you're like, I don't know. There's just, it could be fake. It's so easy, whatever. And then in the movie, I was like, I believe again. This is it. I believe. And then on the way back home, I was chatting with my girlfriend about Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, well, this is kind of the, what kind of kicked it all off. And she's like, do you want to watch a documentary about it when we get home? I was like,
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, I found the one.
Have you been to the beach yet to see your swell? To see the waves that are coming in?
It was huge. Tuesday, we were out there playing bocce. We play every Tuesday in this little league. And I'm watching it. They're massive.
Yeah, man.
Everyone stopped and filmed it. We were like, what's even happening right now?
Wait, you guys have a bocce league on the beach?
We have a beach bocce league. And you know what the best part is? My wife only played 1 year before me. Then I joined in after coming back from London halfway through a season. And I met the guy in charge, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to bet he's Norwegian. I can tell from the look. At the end of the season, do I finally learn his last name is Torgerson. And so literally at the party, I walk up and I was like, Jerry, we could be related. He's like, well, we are like big white guys. Yeah. I said, no. We're actually related. So I went on Ancestry, and his great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, immigrated from Norway, and his clan went up to Idaho and mine went down to Richfield.
Damn.
So we are like actually close. This is the first year that our team name hasn't been Jerry is my cousin. And he honestly was kind of offended, but kind of fun. Bocce.
Bocce on the beach. Man, Salt Lake is beautiful.
It is.
And
California is also beautiful.
Southern California is just amazing.
Well, when you come out before Labor Day and come play on a Tuesday.
Yeah, well, before school starts, I think I want to try and make it back to the ocean. So we'll maybe try and find a week.
Sounds wonderful.
Cool.
Sounds wonderful. Accountability check. Your book is done. Your book's almost printed. I'm recording.
Like, what? I have been looking at porn. I admit.
Wrong accountability. We're done with those days. Your book is coming out
23rd.
23rd. Okay.
23rd of June.
23rd of June. So
yeah, 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
So a week and a half or so.
We're almost there. Big party.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
Party's going to be big. We're going to have at least 40 people there probably.
Fantastic.
You remember Papa Osler?
Yeah, from Twitter, right?
I just recorded a podcast with him yesterday. It went really, really well.
Wow.
I invited him. He said 50-50 chance that I make it there. I'm like, hell yeah, brother.
That's a pretty good chance.
So, there's a chance. It's going to be a real who's who of my life. Characters spanning the thing.
Awesome.
But yeah, so it's basically I've submitted the final manuscript, the final cover design, everything to both the places. It's already available for pre-order on Amazon. I ordered my initial bulk copy of books so that I'll have a bunch of books to sell at the party.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be at Sunstone Symposium end of July with a table to sell books. And hopefully, wonderful. I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty charismatic man. I can imagine that I could sell out of my stock at Sunstone.
That would be nice.
Yeah. A cool, like what's 50 times 15?
Oh, we were humanities majors. Don't do this to me. 750?
50 times 15. You're right. 750. Cool. $750 in my pocket. That'll be sick if I sold out of my initial stock. Yeah. It'd be huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Have you been practicing your John Hancock? Are you just signing and putting on a wrist brace?
I gotta. It's not Madison Daniels. It's MD Squiggle.
That's
MD
fun,
Squiggle.
MD Squiggle. The Doctor of Squiggles. That's beautiful.
MD. I mean, I'm like, should I do MDD Squiggle or just MD Squiggle?
I like MDD. It kind of like points towards general authorities, which I think could be fun for this.
Well, and the name on the book is MD Daniels.
Oh, you're going to.
So I should probably be doing MD. No, because Madison is a woman's name, and women don't sell books as well as men do. And so the patriarchy strikes me extra hard because my name's a woman's name.
Oh, you're paying the pink tax. Yep.
I'm paying the pink tax. So I'm going by MD Daniels in the on the cover.
Smart,
Yeah,
even if it hurts. Yep.
even if it hurts. But I do have a picture of me in the back, and it is a picture of me shirtless. You can see one of my
Okay.
nipples.
You know what? There's not going to be as many questions when
No,
they see your book. I'm not going to
it
say
still
none.
says Madison is a dude who lives and breathes in the foothills of Salt Lake City. That's what it says.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. And big party coming. I'm sad I can't make it. I will try and
That's
be there.
okay.
I think we're going to be there the 4th of July weekend. I'll have
Okay.
to hit you up then, but
Are you still wanting to like record interviews and stuff about 9/11 stuff or?
I've had to slow it down a little bit, realizing I don't have some of the equipment I need. So that
Okay.
I'll have to push back a little bit. But
Okay, sure.
I'll
Whatever.
come again in the fall.
Yeah.
I've my friend is a camera operator. He's at the wedding and stuff. He's done like Marvel movies, and he did some work with like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck recently, and a lot with J Lo and David Harbour, and like he's been all over the place. Worked on American
Hmm.
Horror Story years ago. Either way, brought him over to our office, and I was like, "Hey, I haven't shot hardly anything. My friend and I are just ideas guys so much that we don't get out there. What do I even have here?" And I started laying it out, and he was like, um. You're missing 15 key components. Boom mic, this. And I was like, oh, that's just a cool couple $1,000. So
Whatever.
I've got to like rejigger and then test out all my equipment and be like, where does this even record to? How does it sound? So a little
Yeah.
work to do before the summer.
I mean, to make a movie takes a village, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a miracle that we get anything in theaters that is presentable, let alone good.
To make a fine short film takes a really headstrong circle jerk. You know, it's like whatever the smaller version of a movie is. It's everyone
Yeah.
going like, "This is okay, right? This is okay. This is okay. I think it's okay. It looks like shit. Ah, it's gonna be okay." And
It's
that's
fine.
kind of where we're gonna be at. I just cut my script from 7 pages down to 4. Now we're gonna go
Yeah.
through shot list, and I was like, "This will be something filmed." But that's what our accountability was.
You got to
We
start
were
with
publishing
shit.
a book. Oh yeah,
You got to start with something bad because like my initial manuscript, I don't know, you read it, like it's much more polished than when you read it. And I'm like, not that I'm embarrassed about what I initially wrote because it's like, I mean, I saw this TikTok about some screenwriter and he was talking about he said
the little elf,
yes, the elf.
Zach
Yes,
Kreger. I
exactly.
reposted it on our
Yes.
page. Yeah.
Okay, well that's why I saw it. And I'm
Yep.
like, "Oh, the elf draft. That's actually a really good idea." And I'll tell you
Hmm.
what, I wrote my first scene for a fiction book
Oh, you did it.
that
All
I've
right.
been that I've been sitting on, you know, this concept, this like idea, this outline for like a fiction series for since
Yeah.
I was 15, so for 20 years. And I just finally was like, okay, well I'm now a published author. I'm now an author. So
Wow.
now that I've done my nonfiction, let's start on the fiction. So I wrote a proof of concept like scene
Yeah.
that was like probably not going to be part of the main story or whatever, but it was just like let me get my hands dirty. And this is the elf scene where it's like this is gonna be bad, and of course it's bad because a silly little elf wrote it.
And that's fine. Honestly, that's why I like reposted it so fast. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. To disassociate as you write a scene is pretty great. To say little elf me hidden somewhere in my personalities.
I mean, what it's a great part of the creative process is just like to dissociate and let whatever comes out of you come out of you.
Yep.
You know, or it's almost spiritual.
It, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. Well, I'm glad we're both working on our. You're almost there, but still going to continue to push and
Yeah.
working on your fiction series.
Hmm.
We have officially gone through our accountability. Now
We're
let's make
enlightened now.
Steven Spielberg accountable.
Yeah.
You've already given us a quick review, which we've already posted.
Yeah.
Your video first take.
You're seeing it tomorrow, right?
I'm seeing it tonight.
Cool.
I will say this. Kalshi, not that I believe in degenerate gambling, there's a lot of that, but I did check out Kalshi because of the NBA Finals. And then I started jumping around, and oh my gosh, the things you can bet on. One of them being Disclosure Day's Rotten Tomato score. And it's a little strange. It was right at 81, 82% was the split. And right now, at recording, we're sitting at 81% on 202 critic reviews.
Hmm.
Nothing from audiences yet. Do you think that's accurate? Not that 81% means it was 81% good,
Yeah.
but do you feel like that's a pretty good judge of who's going to go see the movie, who likes it, who doesn't?
Yeah. I mean, so Rotten Tomato score is an aggregate score, which means that 8 out of 10 people went and saw the movie and they liked it. They at
Yeah.
least gave it a positive review. I don't know. I'm like, who saw the movie and didn't like it? That's insane to me, right?
Yeah.
Because it was so fun. And so I don't know. I'm thinking it should be higher than that,
Okay.
right? Like it shouldn't be a perfect 10. Um, but 8 out of 10 people, who are those two people? I want to talk to those two people and be like, tell me about why you didn't like this.
While we're here, let's just read a couple.
Yeah.
Kevin from the Times UK says it's just Spielberg badly rehashed, poorly reheated, lukewarm, with extra treacle.
Treacle? Is that a UK
T
thing? I don't
R
know.
E A C L E. Don't know what that means.
I think treacle's it's like a cookie.
It's a thick, sticky, dark brown syrup created during the sugar refining process.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah,
say it's like extra molasses.
a little extra molasses. Okay. Christian M. Lynn from the Fort Worth Weekly says, I'm afraid Disclosure Day goes down as a distinctly minor entry in the director's imposing body of work. But
What's going
while
on in
we're
these
here,
people's personal lives? Is what I want to know. Is like, do they enjoy anything?
do they enjoy? And here's the thing, does that make it rotten? If it's
No.
a minor entry in a great body of work, does that mean it's bad? I mean, I was
No, I
talking to
think
a
it
friend
means
this
it's still
morning.
great.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend this morning. They had seen the cover art for our episode on Spielberg's Good, the Great, the Ugly, and they had to go watch it. And they were like, "I'm glad you did those three words because it's not like you're going to point at stuff and say it's bad. Like, he has a couple bad films, perhaps, if you wanted to dig deeper. But everything that everyone knows, there's just some ugly ones. There's some ugly ones where it's kind of like, why that decision? Why that
Mm,
choice? I don't know. Cool.
yeah.
This doesn't feel ugly to you, though.
Nope. No, 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 no. When I first came out, I was like, oh, I think this belongs in his top 10.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe in his top 15, right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
he's made some amazing, amazing movies, Spielberg.
Yeah.
Um, and this is certainly good. This is a good film. It's fun. It's like an extended chase film, right? Where
Yeah.
like you're just always on the move from the opening scene till the closing to like the third act, right? You're just always on the move, always chasing, and it's fun. So there's a lot of adrenaline, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of like Spielberg loves a train. There's a good
Yeah.
train sequence. In fact, there's a moment where I'm like, is this train car going to be full of snakes? You know,
Almost.
almost like I literally was like, please God, for the love of God, let there be snakes in this train. But I mean, it is like there are moments and homages to Spielberg's past work. I don't know if he does that often, right? Where he
Mm.
will kind of reference his own stuff in kind of a meta sort of way.
Yeah.
And because like this is not spoiler, but there's a motel that's one of the scenes, and it's called the Indiana Motel. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, but like when you're Steven Spielberg and you've made 5 movies about aliens, I don't know how you weren't going to repeat yourself on some level, you know?
Yeah. It ties it together, doesn't it? Of like, this is his story.
Yeah, I mean, this is very. I think I said in my little video review thing, it shares a lot of DNA with the Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
This is kind of about regular people who get caught up in something really big and important.
Hmm.
But I think it's more optimistic than Close Encounters of the Third Kind was, because I remember watching that one. I remember we discussed it and we're like, so this guy's gonna just like leave behind his whole family for what?
Is that what Steven was feeling at that point?
I mean, he must have been.
Maybe.
I mean, so this is in the same, like, I'd say the same optimistic vein that Interstellar is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of just, it has an optimistic anthropology of its view of humans and human beings is positive. It's non-cynical. And I really like that
Yeah.
because we exist in a moment where, you know, the overall goodness of the human species is in doubt sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know what
By
I
us.
think. I know what I think,
Uh-huh.
but I know that's not what a lot of people think. And I'm glad to see that Spielberg still has this like core belief that humans are good.
Yeah, I mean, watching War of the Worlds recently, I was kind of like, oh, it's the indomitable human spirit, but also it's so closely talking about us invading Iraq and Afghanistan. It's kind of like, ugh, you're cringing while you're happy at the end of like, oh, they
Mhm.
beat them, and it's like, oh, they're gonna beat us. Like, ooh, it's a little tough. So you're saying
Yeah.
it doesn't really go there as much as it is humans in general. good?
Uh, yes, and
Okay.
it's not just like overly glowing, sippy sappy, like romanticizing humans because
Hmm.
there's like an A plot and a B plot and a C plot. The C plot, which kind of just goes on in the background, is very cynical, very chaotic, and like doesn't really get good resolution either. It just kind of is the backdrop to the story. And it's basically a world at war. It's a world at war with chaos and catastrophe happening around every corner. And the plot doesn't really do anything with that other than it is kind of the background. But
Interesting.
as it is the background, it allows the smaller A story of like, this thing that we do as humans that we love and we empathize and we have compassion is actually deeply beautiful and it's needed now more than ever.
Spielberg just has a way of doing that that I think a lot of other directors struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear. Good to hear that he comes back there. Um, yeah, can we do a spoiler-free plot general overview? There's a lot you can read online already.
Yeah.
Chase film, like you said, Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor.
Yeah. I mean, so basically from the trailers, this isn't rocket science or
Yeah.
this isn't a spoiler at all. The movie is Josh O'Connor stole a bunch of data, some archival footage data of the US government and this private corporation's interactions with and recovery of downed craft, downed corpses, live interactions with live beings that they still have. And it's a chase. It's a chase movie, and Josh O'Connor
Yeah.
has to go. He's like the world deserves to have this information because right now all it's doing is enriching and consolidating power. And the more we spread this out, the better it is. And then Emily Blunt's character is kind of having this weird awakening. I mean, the trailer is her. She's a weatherwoman and she's standing in front of their green screen and she's having kind of like a weird moment where she's speaking some alien language. And it's
Mhm.
her having to reconcile with what is happening to her. And the two stories converge at some point and then take us into third act, which is a beautiful, beautiful third act.
I mean, now I just want to know the spoilers, but no, I have to go see it myself.
I won't give
Damn
them
it.
to you.
Now, are you familiar with who Gary McKinnon is?
No.
Okay, Gary McKinnon, and this is why I love that Spielberg kind of threw in this Josh O'Connor character, Dr. Daniel Kellner. Gary McKinnon in the 90s uh, hacked into the US military's computers and all their systems and found that he was looking for free energy suppression. He was like, show me that they're suppressing free energy. And then instead finds out about not only that, but UFO cover-ups and, as he swears, a document listing off the number of US Marines in space stationed off-world, including emails from
Oh,
Hillary Clinton to other commanding officers talking about, oh yeah, this guy is stationed off-world on this ship, the USS whatever, send him my regards.
yeah. Huh.
Um, so when I first saw this, I was like, Josh O'Connor is Spielberg being able to talk about Gary McKinnon without actually saying his name and pushing it out there.
Hmm.
Hopefully, it sends some people on some deep dives. And for all those listening, here's your deep dive. Go look
Yeah.
into
So, I
interviews
mean,
with them.
some of the two things. One, there's been some like press stuff with Josh O'Connor saying that being in this movie sent him down rabbit holes
Yeah.
of faux stuff
Oh.
and experiencers and stuff. And he says that, oh, I would just text Steven, oh, can you believe that blah 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 that this happened and whatever. And Spielberg's just like, yeah, man, I know. That's why I'm making this movie.
You don't tell the Godfather the cannolis are good. What the hell's wrong with you?
But the second thing, there is a lot in this movie. If you are obsessed with aliens and UFOlogy and like
Yeah.
experiencers and stuff, there is a lot here for you. In fact, there were a couple of moments where I was sitting there, I'm like, Tristan's gonna love this
Oh, I
because
love
it
it.
because it talks inside baseball
Yeah.
without being pedantic about it, right? It just like it says the word, it like does the thing where it shows Roswell. It like does the thing and it doesn't like shine a spotlight on it for too long. It's just like
Mhm.
it's Steven winking at you saying, yeah, I know how you guys talk. I know what you guys are interested in.
Yep. I mean, we already knew he knew ball, but it's
Yeah.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
even the Roswell footage, I love this. As part of like doing work for scripts, I've got my own alien script of sorts,
Hmm.
poking fun, something I could do for a low budget, and I've been just collecting stuff for years. But as such, I
Hmm.
followed a bunch of these people on TikTok, And the problem is now I see so much of their stuff. I'm like, oh no, I'm indoctrinated. Like I already think it's funny and I'm downloading it for my project, but I'm like, oh no, there are actual influencers, if you want to call them, not like the History Channel guys, but on TikTok,
Yeah.
who are saying that the footage in the film is Stephen rehashing the footage he saw that was stolen from Roswell. And I'm like, first off, no, I don't think that was happening. But second off, if it is, that's so badass. You know, it's very badass. Anyways, good to hear that he gives some good nods without getting too lost in the sauce, right? Like he doesn't go
Yeah,
on
no.
the moon
It's still
fall.
no, it's still very grounded.
Yeah.
And that is to say, this is not a perfect movie either, right?
Yeah.
Um, like there are certainly maybe some story things that I think maybe it could have been smoothed over in the script, right? Like I just it's not a perfect movie, so don't go in thinking that like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is a huge home run. No, this is he hit a grand rule double, or no, he hit like a triple, like a stand
Okay.
up triple. Just like this is a good movie. It's not perfect. You're gonna really enjoy it if you like Steven Spielberg and aliens and stuff. You're gonna really enjoy it.
I love that he's working with the same cinematographer he's had since, well, that he's worked on multiple times with since Schindler's List. I'm going to
Mhm.
butcher his name. Janusz Kaminski. Anyway,
Oh
uh,
yeah, Janusz Kaminski.
Janusz Kaminski. Just seeing, I was like, oh, who worked on Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
AI. He's worked with him so much. It must be nice, honestly, to be at that point in your career where you have a guy you're like, call the regular, call the guy who knows me. And there must be such a great conversational ability on sets like this. Of course, I looked up a whole bunch of the trivia, and like you talked about, Josh O'Connor would be texting, "Hey Spielberg, what about this?" But also, he was like, "Hey, I'm struggling with the scene," and Steven was like, "Hey, the door's there. Just open the latch. Like you got this, you got this." And it must be nice for some of these newer actors to work with someone who is like, at least for us, he is our godfather. I love Marty Scorsese, but I really think in the last few years I've realized I'm like the populism of Steven Spielberg makes him so digestible while not telling tiny stories. And I'm excited to see this one because I'm like, hey, you know what? UFO aliens done in a different way that he hasn't touched in 21 years.
Yeah, Spielberg
Why
is a
not?
man of the people. I think
Yeah.
he makes movies that are really good, but he makes them for the masses.
Yep.
Like Scorsese makes really good movies
That not
that
everyone's gonna watch.
are maybe not everyone's going to watch.
Yep. Yep.
And then he says things about AI, and you're like, Marty, bud,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Um,
Yep.
the what is so fun about Spielberg, and we've talked about this, is the way that he moves a camera.
Yeah.
That is really on display in Disclosure Day. There are a couple of oneers that are really well done, and even some like in the opening scene, like we'll just watch for it. It happens in the first 5 minutes of the film, where someone opens a car door and then the camera moves in and then looks through the window and then changes focus, and it's just like we just got four different scenes
Wow.
without really moving the camera much, and it's so impressive.
Yeah.
And there was at one point where my girlfriend leaned over to me and she's like, how did the camera move through the fence?
Yeah.
Because it's just the camera movement is so well done, it's so well
Mhm.
choreographed, so well staged, so well blocked. It is just fun to watch Spielberg move a camera.
Yeah. I was in talking with my friend about the short film trying to shoot. He's a steady cam operator. So he was like, how can we get some more dynamic movement? And as I'm thinking through and telling him my thoughts, I'm like, this is also rudimentary. Yeah, you watch West Side Story, you watch any of his movies, he'll start on an interview behind someone's shoulder, then walking and whatever. They leave the room, you're walking with it. I mean, it's just so impressive to see. I guess
Mhm.
my question for you is how many oneers did you count? Did you even count them? We know the man loves a oneer.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you? What is the bottom limit of a oneer, right?
Yeah.
Because like on some sense, do you define a oneer by the length of time, or you define a oneer by how much transition happened without with an unbroken camera, right?
Yeah.
So if it depends on how you define it, right? Um, there's at least two really big good oneers that are both
Okay.
length and camera movement. If you're talking just camera movement, there's much more. There's a lot more.
Yeah. And you know what they say, it's not just about length, it's really the motion of the camera.
It's the motion of the camera that really defines a oneer, and it's what the
Yep.
people want. It's what the people like, you know?
Yeah, we don't care about lens length. We don't care
We don't care
about
about lens length,
yeah.
focal length. We don't need any of that. We
No, no.
just need to move the camera around.
We need the movement. We need the movement. Any last thoughts before we wrap up our review on Disclosure Day?
Yeah, go see it, you know? It's so fun. Like this is a great 2026 is a great year for movies in the theater. So go see
Yeah.
it in a theater because it's just fun.
Yeah, the number of people I've like mentioned we're doing reviews for this, or I'm gonna go see it
Mhm.
on Friday, who are like, "Oh, it's coming out this weekend." I'm kind of shocked. There's an amazing billboard. I don't know if you see them online, where it's the eyeball, but at nighttime with the lights, it becomes the UFO behind it. It's right up
Oh,
the
really?
street for me, and it's so cool. I'll send you a picture of it afterwards.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing it every day for months now, where I'm like,
Yeah.
"Disclosure Day," so I'm juiced. But it's a
Yeah.
weird world to be in which Steven Spielberg feels like the underdog this weekend.
Yes, really weird. I don't know if
Between
it's like I don't know if it's just like people think that he's old and he's less relevant now.
yeah,
But like, I mean, to be fair, Obsession and Backrooms are still doing heavy numbers. So
yeah.
like, I get it.
Yep. But yeah, tracking came in around 35 million for the North America, 65 million around the world is what they're hoping for this weekend. And again, I'm like, from Jurassic Park, from
Yeah.
War of the Worlds guy, from okay, okay, you know,
And so, I mean, let me put my tinfoil hat on for a second.
wonderful.
um, I had a non-zero amount of thoughts in that theater
Okay.
that was they're releasing this movie to soften us up
Yeah.
for real disclosure day.
Yes.
You know, and then this week has been a weird week for people who've been paying attention to UFO and alien stuff. It's been a weird week.
I mean, can I just play the clip you sent me? All right, folks, just for a second, let's just listen to what this is. What's going on here?
How many species? Recent reports have said that there are perhaps 4 different alien species, Greys, Nordics. How many species are you aware of?
I certainly don't have the compendium. It's a continuum from corporeal, bipedal type life to, what I would consider as like sentient plasmoid life. But there are several.
We're just gonna pause there for 2 seconds. A compendium. I mean, this is David Grush, right?
Yeah.
Okay, David Grush, whistleblower. He's been in Congress. He's been all over the place. He's really been leading, I think, the strongest charge. Of course, we got Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp and people that have been doing the work
Lou
for a long time.
Elizondo.
Elizondo, Bob Lazar. But this is like a true military man who's coming forth to be like, I want to talk about this. And she's asking him about how many species, and he's like, well, bipedal, corporeal, down to plasmoid. And I was like, oh, plasmoid? We got Jello that's sentient? Not that that's the hardest part, but that we know about it or have it?
And then it's just being said on Fox Local Phoenix. Like of the word plasmoid being said on some local Fox station. You know? What
Yeah, and for all the folks, I'll have it linked in the show notes. This is not an AI generated garbage fest. Now, I'm not going to totally go against the grain. I'm not going to say this isn't to possibly being released to distract people from the PDF files and everything else going on right now. Sure, that's probably part of it. But we are living in a day and age in which Spielberg is releasing Disclosure Day days after a whistleblower is like, yeah, we know there's a shit ton of species from plasmoids up to bipedal, corporeal, physical beings.
yeah. Part of it is he said the word plasmoid.
Yeah, yeah.
And the secrecy started in 1954 through an Eisenhower executive order that created that infrastructure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grush. That's all we got to say there. And as one who's a history boy, um, and a UFOologist in training, Eisenhower is the crux of it all. And so
Really?
the fact he calls it out, I'm like, oh, baby. Like, again, guy knows ball. He knows
Yeah.
exactly what's being talked about. There's a lot of rumors that, like, Eisenhower was shaking hands with some of these guys that came down to pick up one of their buddies that crashed. Anyways, whatever it may be, it is a crazy time and place we are living in that is part of.
It is. And like I remember sitting there at the end thinking, I believe again.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you remember like a year and a half ago where the the Nazca lines and those the mummies that were found in Nazca, Peru.
Yep.
I don't know. I was on my high horse then. I was convinced, dude. And then just over time, like you just like lose focus of it. And you're like, I don't know. It could be fake. It's so easy, whatever. And then in the movie, I was like, I believe again. This is it. I believe. And then on the way back home, I was chatting with my girlfriend about Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, well, this is kind of the, what kind of kicked it all off. And she's like, do you want to watch a documentary about it when we get home? I was like,
oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're like, I found the one. I
creamed myself a little bit. But then we stayed up watching YouTube videos about aliens and Roswell. And then at some point it was like, oh, they're losing me again a little bit here with some of it. But it was cool.
I mean, I'm just going to throw out two more crazy things before we wrap this up, just because all this idea of like time travelers, I'm not really about it for the most part. It doesn't make sense. And if we're really into like quantum physics, metaverses, different timelines, I just don't think that it works the same way. Regardless, there are some people who claim to know the future, and I think it's hilarious and goofy because I'm already distanced from prophets. But at least I'll listen. I'll be like, you know what? Tell me a story.
Yeah.
So, just this morning, a story was published, of all places, on Distractify. They're kind of resharing. I found the article. A Brazilian psychic claims a UFO mothership is coming to Earth on June 24th, will appear in Miami over a sporting event, i.e. World Cup, and they are going to pick up 700 people and take them away. Now, first off, no.
I mean, pay attention to the World Cup, folks. This is it.
I honestly was like, who in Brazil is paying this woman to get eyes on that World Cup match? That's what I want to. FIFA is already a problem, but now they're doing this. That's out of control. But then the other thing is Bashar, who is also just a wacky person to watch. Mm-hmm. Always doing his little channeling, his fingers connected. He gets into a different voice, and he's like, I am speaking for this alien, whatever, right?
Yeah.
He swears 2027 we have full contact. And then you have the guy that did, what's that, Amazon documentary? Whatever. There's a few other voices who are all saying 2027. It's kind of funny to be full adults, whereas when 2012 came around, we were both just like fresh out of high school, going to BYU missions. Because now I'm like, oh, this is what the next generation was dealing with, of like hype on the young and older ends, and all the middle is like, I got bills to pay. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
And for that, I say, Disclosure Day gets to be my party on Friday. It gets to be my party of like, here's my UFO moment, and back to my mind-numbing work,
Yeah, it's like I believe in aliens. Also, don't distract me with it until they can pay my bills.
Yeah. I'm like, if they were here, where's our emissions vacuum? Guys.
Seriously,
please.
Like, hey guys, climate change is a big deal. If you're here, could you maybe bail us out here? Do us a solid. Give us some technology. Give us some like 0 point energy, hydrogen fusion, whatever shit. Just like do us a solid, because we're in a bad way.
If China's already got some cool things taking away some of this emission issue in Shanghai and elsewhere, they've got to have better if they're really coming from outer space or other dimensions, right?
Yeah.
I just feel a little like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. Show me the tech, buddy. Show me the tech.
Yeah, but when you go into Disclosure Day, put that tinfoil hat on, because you just got to lean into it. You just get to lean into it for the time.
Real excited for it.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we'll have links in the show notes if you haven't already, where to buy tickets for this weekend or the next. And go see it once, twice, 3 times, as many times as you need. I will be seated probably too many times. Mm-hmm. And Madison, thank you again for doing the work and bringing us your own disclosure this week.
The hard work of going to see movies early. I can do it.
Oh,
someone's got to do it.
It's a cross you're going to have to bear.
Yeah.
Until next time, watch good movies and TV and go see Disclosure Day.